This is Coach Tara, the Helpful Entrepreneur, coming to you out of Holiday, Florida. And what I wanted to talk to you today is something that's really personal to me because this is my driving force. Recognition. Don't allow yourself to be addicted to recognition. I'll give you an example. I'll tell you my story. My driving force is recognition. I love that. I thrive on it when people recognize me for the efforts I do and recognize me for any value that I may offer. I love it. It totally gets me excited. Some people's motivation is more money and some people's fame, and I love recognition. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's one of the motivating forces. It's nothing wrong with that. The problem that happens when you are a person that focuses on the recognition aspect is that you get addicted to other people's opinions. And it took me a long time to really hone this down. And it doesn't have to take you a long time to do that. You got to begin to develop your self-respect, your self-worth. There's a fly. Your self-love to the point where if you don't get recognition from outside sources, it's okay because you recognize it. You see, there's one thing out there that you might not realize, and it's absolutely insane. It's a wonderful thing. But if you're recognition driven, you might not notice it, and you might get frustrated and slow down on your efforts or quit even. And that is, there are people watching you that never let you know that they're watching you. There are friends on your Facebook list and your Google account, on your Twitter, that are looking at your tweets, your posts, your videos, and they're not telling you that they are. They just are. They might not even click the like button. They definitely sometimes don't even share. But they're watching, and they're gleaning the education and the value from you, even if you don't know it. That's the truth. You could do an experiment. You could shut your Facebook page down today and open a new one, and you'll see who comes over. You'll see who comes over immediately. Don't want to miss a post. And you'll see the people that don't. And it doesn't matter in the long run how many people call you out as a leader, how many people show up at... What matters is that you are connecting to people and they are listening, and you have to have the self-confidence in yourself. You have to have the belief in what you're doing, and that it's not dependent upon people giving you a gold star. I'm serious. Have you ever noticed there are people out there that in this industry that they get really upset about things when they're not recognized for things, or they claim things as their own when it, in fact, not. I'm sure the English language was around a long time before any of us were even born, and there's no word that belongs to a certain person. And you'll see they will run around complaining about this, complaining about not being recognized for that, complaining about this, and telling you what to post, and telling you. You will see this happen, and what you need to do is you just got to give them some love, and you just got to know that they're coming from a little bit of fear and insecurity. They haven't totally personally developed to the point where they're not attached to the recognition aspect. You can't, my mentor, Cedrick, you cannot care whether or not somebody joins your primary business. Because you are totally you. You have to have the total belief, and you are out there to reach people that do want to join that do want to do business with you. So if you get caught up on the recognition, you get caught up on that, you will quit before you even got started. You know, I was talking to somebody today about someone that when they do webinars, they have like 2,000 people on the webinar, 750, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people on the webinars. That's wonderful. And for somebody like me, that'd be like, people love me, you know. And I know I recognize that in myself. But I want to tell you something. That particular person did not start out with anyone on his webinars. He was doing them, and nobody was showing up. You know, you can have a webinar, do this yourself, do a Google Hangout, and let all your friends know. Give them a heads up. Let them know what day and time. Give them an opportunity to know that you're having this webinar, and schedule it. And watch how many people come. And don't be upset when it's only 5 of the 15 that said they were. That's why professionals record what they do, because people get caught up with stuff. It doesn't mean that they're not dedicated. Doesn't mean that they don't want to understand the value you have. It means that things happen and they don't come. And you cannot be caught up in that. If you have... when you feel like you have to justify what you're doing in your business, When you feel like you have to say, oh, but I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. Now, you've seen my videos, you know I've done it. I have done that. I did this, I went without lights and electricity, I sold my car to go to my first event. That's all recognition. Somebody pat me on the back, please. You know what? What it was is what I had to do to get to where I want to be and to get to where I am today. Now, it's more of a, listen, I understand where you're coming from, and this is my experience, and we all have sacrifices to make as we go. Some of them won't be made by some people, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I have a gentleman that, he's having a really hard time, and I know it. And he had the opportunity to make a little bit of money. Now, I want you to understand something. Have you ever been hungry? I mean hungry. Like, there is nothing in the fridge for you to eat. It's a mind killer. It will hurt you. He made a decision, and it's one of the bravest, most amazing things, and what it's telling the universe is yes. He took the money that he earned for a favor he did. Somebody hooked him up to help them move. And it was literally just enough money to make sure he stayed in business. Do you know that 99% of you would have gone to the store and bought $40 worth of, food? He made a humongous sacrifice that most of us would never make. I know this. Does that make him better than everybody else? In my book, I'm real excited to have him on my team. I think that takes a lot of courage to really just sacrifice stuff. Necessity for me, because that's where I come from. Am I going to go and pat him on the back more than once for that? Absolutely not, because there's more sacrifice. There's always more sacrifice. So just keep moving forward. Stop depending upon other people's opinion of you, because if you're going to keep doing that, you're going to remain weak, and you're not going to be able to build. Okay? We all come from the same place. I don't care how much influence a network marketer has in this industry, how many people they have in their downline. What I do know is they all started at the same place that we are at. They all started at the same place we started. They all went through this stage. Some people do it faster, some people do it slower, and there is no shame in the game. There is no shame. If you see somebody that's continually learning and continually trying, that's good. Give them a shout out. Always give a compliment when it's due as soon as you see it's there. Do that. But as the receiver of the compliment, always be sure that you know that you're receiving what you wanted out of it, and that's it. Don't look for that same compliment from everybody, because some people just don't give a fuck. And that's not your problem. Your problem is no problem. Love yourself. Develop your belief in yourself and what you have to offer. This is the other problem. We will get into our warm market, and we'll want our friends and families to be involved in. Naturally, I personally feel that if my friend and family, or a friend or family, had a really great opportunity and didn't share it with me, I would think less of them. I actually have a friend of mine that deleted me from her life because I approached her with an opportunity. And when I explained it to her that way, she said I was crazy. Well, good riddance. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was hurt by it because I wanted her approval. I wanted her to say, yeah, that's just not for me. Thank you anyway for showing that to me. Keep me in mind if something comes along that you think might be for me. Oh, instead they told me, you're done. I hate you. It's a funny thing. They just recently added me back as a friend. So they can go ahead and watch. They can go ahead and watch where I was then when I approached them to where I am now. It's a humongous difference, and it came with sacrifice. And if I quit because I wanted their approval, I'd be working at Publix right now, probably filling out a form for disability, because my body would be totally, completely shot. I would be unhappy. I'd be hurt. So that's my advice for the day. And it comes from the heart, because it comes from somebody that loves to be recognized. I love to be recognized. That shit turns me right on. But it cannot be the end game. I've got to love to recognize myself more than I have to need it from other people. Otherwise, all I portray is weakness. Stop complaining. Stop justifying yourself. Just do the damn thing. And be happy. Because I see you. And you're great. Alright. That's all. Coffee time. Bye.